Hello, welcome to Just My Thoughts. I'm your host, Khaleel Ward. On this episode, I'll be talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. And I don't think it's hyperbole when I say that this might be the best Spider-Man movie ever made. And it's definitely one of the best animated movies ever made. And it's going to be in contention for best animated film of the year. If you're a fan of Spider-Man, if you're a fan of animation, I say go see this movie ASAP. Bring the family. It's a really fun time at the theater. The voice acting is great. You have Shamik Moore, Jake Johnson, Haley Steinfeld, Mahershala Ali, Nick Cage, Lily Tomlin. It's a lot of different people in this movie. The movie focuses on Miles Morales, who's a new Spider-Man, but you also get Peter Parker and all these different spider people from other universes. Along with the great voice acting, the visuals are unique. It's animated, but it's not like Pixar's animation because they blend in like comic book style storytelling. So sometimes you see the bubbles pop up when characters are talking and stuff like that. It's just really well done. A little nitpick for me, I saw it in IMAX, and it did take some getting used to because there are different dimensions and universes blending together at times. So sometimes, like in the beginning of the movie, something would happen and the screen to shake or something like that. So it just took me a little while to get used to that. But everything about the movie is spectacular. The soundtrack is great. The story, it's a lot going on, but it's not confusing. So, we know the story of Spider-Man, what happened. So the filmmakers play on that. You quickly get, hey, I'm Peter Parker. You know the story. I get bit by a spider, blah, blah, blah. Here's something about Uncle Ben. I've been Spider-Man for this amount of time. And then each time you meet a new spider person, it's the same thing. Like, you've heard this story before. I've been bitten by a radioactive spider or whatever. So, they play on it and it's funny. But the story starts with Miles, and he's just a kid from Brooklyn. And you can relate to him in a way because he's going to a new school. So he's leaving like his neighborhood. Like when you see him on his way to school, he knows everybody in the neighborhood. Everybody's like, hey, Miles, we miss you. And he's going to this prep school where it's like you stay at school for the whole week and you come home on the weekend. And he doesn't really know anybody. He's really smart, but he doesn't want to be there. And he can't really talk to his father about it. So, he's kind of on the outskirts. And then, he gets bit by the spider and he's trying to figure things out. But it's not like other superhero movies or other Spider-Man movies where, okay, I get bit, I'm going to go to the roof and I'm going to do the jump and then I'm going to figure it out. And then next thing you know, I have a suit and I know what I'm doing. Like, we really get his whole journey, like him struggling throughout the entire movie, basically, of trying to figure it out, of being a hero and, just dealing with all these other people who basically have the same issues as him, but from different universes. So he can lean on each one and they give him advice as the story goes on. Kingpin is the main villain, but you get other villains, Goblin, Scorpion and stuff like that. And he's just trying to open portals to other universes for his own reasons, which I won't say here. And that's how the other, spider people get brought in. But it was just a fun story that it was just easy to follow, even though it was like so much going on. And, they explain each spider person's abilities for a little bit and, give you a little backstory on them. And they all had like great one-liners and jokes. Nicolas Cage was great as Spider-Man Noir. He's black and white and everything. But it was fun watching. Like when the trailer first came out, I wasn't sure about the movie. Like, this might seem confusing for a lot of people, but the way they told the story, it was seamless, and you really were rooting for Miles, because there's a lot of different emotions in this movie. I know it's an animated movie, but you see his happiness, you see him sad, tragedy happens, and then you have that redemption, arc in the story. So it was just a lot going on. Miles is a cool character. The other spider people were really cool, and I want to see what they do going forward. There is an after credit scene, and I don't know if it's foretelling what's going to happen, but in the future, but it is funny. So stay for the after credit scene. It's really a great film, one of the best films of the year, honestly. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, if you've seen it, let me know what you thought about it. Deuces.